Hi everyone, I'm Sophie Milburn, editor of the MSP Channel Insights portfolio, and today I am joined by Kurt from Virtuozzo. So to start, could you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about the company and yeah, your role?
Sure. Based in New York City, I'm a serial software CEO. So this is the fifth company I've led, software company I've led as a CEO. I have a background at Microsoft. I was in the SQL Server product group, and then I did three startups, including Parallels, where we helped people run Windows on the Mac, and did other things. I went to a mobile software company that IBM later bought. And then I worked at MongoDB, which later went public in the document database space. And then I ran four software companies, more mature software companies. And then in last year, I joined Virtuoso, which I was really excited to do. Virtuoso actually came out of Parallels, where I was back in the early 2000s. And so I'm basically after a 17-year break, a short 17-year break, I've come back and helped accelerate the growth and progress of this company like I did the last four companies I've led. Virtuoso is a leader in operating system orchestration and related software for cloud service providers, SaaS companies, AI companies, and the enterprise, which is basically everybody else. We help people optimize efficiency of their infrastructure and the total cost of ownership of their infrastructure, which is even more important now with AI and the cost of AI and the increasing cost of hardware and the increasing costs of VMware virtualization post Broadcom acquisition. We have over 600 partners in nearly 100 countries globally. And we're seeing this business acceleration due to those tailwinds we mentioned, and also just our company strengthening our team and such in general as well.
Brilliant, that's really good intro to start with. So Virtuoso has positioned its new infrastructure system as a full stack approach to AI infrastructure. What problem is this looking to solve for organizations compared to traditional virtualization and infrastructure models?
Sure. So first and foremost, it's about the better efficiency and TCO. So the way we optimize the compute, the storage, et cetera. It was us, pioneering operating system containers back in the early 2000s. And it's this relentless approach, which I mentioned, to efficiency and performance and so on and so forth, leveraging the hyper-converged approach that we have across compute, storage, and network in a single product and a single platform, and so on and so forth. For AI specifically, we have GPU metering, which we recently launched earlier this year, which we're excited about. And then I'd say the other thing that's really important for AI is our focus on service providers and the way we enable service providers and SaaS companies and those other companies I mentioned to help deliver on this huge AI opportunity that every organization is has in front of them right now. So we're the software piece, and then we have the service provider piece, or a SaaS company or AI company or the enterprise, and everyone is just trying to take advantage of AI, but do so in a sensible fashion with the infrastructure and everything else they do on top of that. So the cost of the tokens and everything else doesn't spiral out of control. We want to help people have the best efficiency and profitability for whatever they want to tackle with it.
Brilliant. And you mentioned AI there. I knew we're going to do it. Can't avoid it. And the platform has just been described as built with AI, by AI, for AI. Can you kind of expand on what that actually means in practice, particularly across, compute, storage, networking, and orchestration?
Sure, of course. First, the by AI piece, it's how we internally build our technology, our products, our platform around AI and open source in a fanatical way. So it just enables us to have even higher productivity with our development organization. And importantly, for our customers and partners, and users, we can innovate far beyond our size. With AI, This is automation we add to the platform, which simplifies infrastructure deployment, the management for our users, whether they're service providers or ISVs, developers, system administrators, etc. And this will include AI assistance as well going forward. For AI, we optimize for AI, including the GPU as a service, AI as a service, which we've featured recently with at least one case study, a
Mhm.
company called Cloud PE, and it's also about the unified platform architecture that we have for AI and AI infrastructure, which reduces or eliminates the need for fragmented tools, having multiple different fragmented tools and offers a single kind of management view, insights view, and of course the best TCO.
Amazing. And as you kind of mentioned there, there's lots of different kind of tools and the complexity does feel like it's growing a little bit. So, many service providers are under pressure from rising hyperscaler costs and increasing demand for GPU and AI workloads. So how does Virtuoso's approach help organizations improve efficiency without kind of keeping adding to that complexity?
Sure. So we directly address pricing. So I mentioned the VMware post Broadcom acquisition. We heard people's pricing going up in terms of multiples, not small percentages. And so we deal with it directly for those who prefer simplicity. You can give a long list of technical advantages. You can provide detailed calculators for this. You can do POCs to prove out all this. Some people just like that we're disruptive in terms of a pricing perspective. And that can be enough for people if we have a solid solution. Of course, we go far beyond that due to our focus on efficiency and optimization and our elite engineering and product team and that kind of thing and what they can kind of build for them that would be hard to replicate themselves or impossible. And so we also have these product advantages, and others prefer this. We don't care about pricing; we just care about the product and the performance. So it's really either or both. And while we appreciated everyone got behind both advantages we have, we're fine, with them kind of falling where they fall as long as they see that we can kind of help them in one way or both ways. With increasing demand, it's been incredible to watch this AI trend.
Mhm.
And more importantly, help address it, not just watch it, but help actually address it via our roadmap and via our partners with the GPU as a service, the GPU metering, et cetera. And, in general, in terms of the Virtuoso efficiency, being able to not just be helpful for the cloud in general, which has been the huge trend before AI, but also for AI as well with the same platform. For AI, we offer the specific features we mentioned, and then just the great efficiency. With the monetization, we have existing integrations for billing and such, and we'll add more as part of a constructor fabric initiative we have with some other leading software companies. So we're going to invest a lot in the automation just as we do in the efficiency. And between the two, we think we have a really attractive platform.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the automation piece there, the automation and integration management are central to the Virtuoso infrastructure system. So, where do you kind of see the biggest operational bottlenecks today for infrastructure providers, and how does your platform kind of help address that?
Sure, it's a great question. It's several things. First, I would say the lack of centralized visibility and control across all of the infrastructure and the service types. And when we say service types, we mean infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, AI as a service, database as a service, software as a service, all of those things running on top of the infrastructure. It's a lack of true multi-tenant and multi-tier management support, lack of optimized resource utilization, which is critical in terms of getting the best efficiency and also the capacity management as you go along. It can be a lack of integrated billing and those kind of related areas in terms of automation. And we do address these in a single system, which will then add to our strengths there in our roadmap with these, specific AI ingredients or AI assistance.
Brilliant. And we have to kind of bring in security into this. I think it's such an important conversation that everybody's having at the moment, especially I know in the UK. So security, resilience, and sovereignty are becoming increasingly important as AI workloads scale. So how does Virtuoso balance performance and efficiency and automation, all those things that we've spoken about, with protection and backup and disaster recovery and all of that side of things?
So I guess the answer is yes, 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 and yes. For decades, we've been obsessed with performance and efficiency over anything else, starting with pioneering uh, the uh, the OS containers with regard to the performance and efficiency. Right? I think we've covered that. On top of that, importantly, these other areas you brought up, super critical, and where we have specifically tried to get ahead of to help people before they become the huge issues. That's around protection. So we partnered with companies like Acronis and Coriolis, and with another big one coming online very shortly for protection, for backup, disaster recovery, and security. So we're we like that we have this like single platform and single product, but that we also have the right integrations in built-in support, so people can do things the right way, not just with efficiency, but with the right security, resilience, and sovereignty, as you mentioned.
Brilliant. It feels like it's just an impossible balance to strike, but it sounds like you're doing something right, which is always good. And then my final question, which is always, I think, the hardest question, would be looking ahead into the future. How do you see the role of the channel kind of evolving over the next few years as, AI infrastructure, GPU services, and sovereign-ready platforms become more mainstream? And what should partners be doing now to kind of prepare for that?
I love this question because it's more future looking, and
Yeah.
it's very strategic. So I would say the channel can be more can more strategically help people with their greatest pain, as far as the lack of availability of hardware potentially,
Mm.
the lack of GPU availability, or maybe it's on economics or something else. So just in if the channel has some access that like a smaller company that would be their customer, or a large company that would be their customer just can't access themselves, I think that that would be a really nice a nice piece. The channel can help provide consultative guidance where possible to help their customers and prospects understand the opportunities best around AI, and execute on the how to execute on those opportunities best. Because the channel, in many cases, has the experience because they've been working with other companies who've already done it, and they can help pass on some of the goodness of that experience as appropriate, of course. And then I think partners should also be learning AI, experimenting with AI, just like the rest of us, figuring out how to best position themselves if they're a channel provider, and leveraging vendor help from someone like a Virtuoso if we're talking about virtualization or AI orchestration or this type of thing. Getting their lighthouse AI wins and documenting them to share with others. So I think there's a lot that can be done if they want to be proactive and really go after this opportunity, which we're seeing good interest. We're not needing to push our partners and customers to do this. They are actually wanting to do it on their own, which is much more natural and makes it, I think, much more fun because we're all kind of moving together.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely a time where everybody's wanting to learn and grow because not that they don't have a choice, that sounds really negative, but I think it's the time
Yeah.
that everybody needs to be innovating and everybody needs to be growing. But I feel like I could spend
You're
more
right though.
time
They don't have
there.
a choice. You're right. You're right about
No,
that.
they don't.
So,
They really,
no
really
need to
don't.
sugarcoat. No need to sugarcoat. Yeah.
But no, that is all of my questions, and thank you so much for your time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Sophie.